Ever since Trump's EBT cuts, things have spiraled really fast. Some women think that it was okay to start stealing things, and that's definitely not the case. Today, we're watching a few modern women throw tantrums and try to justify why they're stealing. So subscribe, let's jump into it.
As someone who has never been approved for food stamps, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually happy for this food stamps cut. And it's not for the reasons that you think. It's not because I'm like a hater and I'm upset that people are getting like free stuff. No, I just can't wait for the looting. As someone who is not on food stamps and you have to constantly pay for these expensive groceries, I'm tired. I'm sick of it. Like, I just can't wait for the looting.
Ma'am, every dollar you steal, it just drives prices up for everyone else, and that's not good. For you even too. So some people will do absolutely anything to avoid getting a real job and putting in the effort to really actually improve their lives. And that's not great. So I hope you do that for yourself.
Hi, you guys. I'm out of the store. So they wanted $7 for this. Mind you, I don't have food stamps anymore. They cut me off. So I only had $22 left in food stamps. So this is what I stole. Okay. They wanted $9 for this. I said, oh, I don't got $9. Then they wanted $2 for this. They wanted, sorry, it's all because it's been in my purse. $7 for this. I'm making some stuffed salmon today. These are needed. I'm not paying $7 for that. Okay. Let me show you the most important thing to me. Short ribs. Take off the label so that you don't beep. Get your meat. How many do you think that I got? How many short ribs is that?
She's rocking a designer bag, fresh nails, an iPhone, and yet she's claiming she needs food stamps and had to steal to get by? I mean, it's definitely time to rethink your priorities because there's no way that you're trying to make that look normal.
Stolen SNAP benefits. It's an issue plaguing thousands of Oklahomans, including Kennedy Moore. She says in October she saw a deposit had been made, but about $600 had already been spent by someone other than her.
So that whole day I went around driving to multiple food pantries trying to find me and my kids food. But everyone else had already beat me because they just had the same problem early in the morning.
Moore says she has been in contact with DHS, but hasn't had her benefits replaced just yet.
It is super hard because I am solely on my income only, like my income only. I do everything for my kids.
SNAP benefits can be stolen through skimming, cloning, or phishing. The Oklahoma Department of Human Services is asking SNAP customers to change their PIN and lock their cards to protect their benefits.
As the economy tightens, scams and fraud are really only going to rise in the coming years, and that's definitely something to consider and watch out there for. But it's always wise to take precautions and protect yourself from those scammers because it's really getting bad.
Who are these people that we are talking about who have an audacity to cut how we live and how we eat? Who are these people? Are they real people? Say, we're going to cut this, we're going to take this. Do they eat? Are they well off? They cannot be older adults and expect for us to exist and do this and do that. I would like to know who they are.
Well, these people are American taxpayers and they've been, covering your bills for a very long time. So it kind of makes a little bit of sense. And they're finally done with, certain people freeloading, which isn't everyone, but there's a lot of people that are freeloading off of EBT and food stamps and SNAP and all that. So it's not a career path. You just lock in and get a job.
Stated, I thought about the kids because they were waiting for it. They know that, it was coming.
Robert Bennett says early Monday he watched $1,400 disappear from his account.
I just felt totally destroyed. Ivy, you want ketchup with your nuggets?
Money meant to go toward food for him, his wife, and their 5 kids at home. After he says instead of his usual grocery stores, there were stores listed in his account he'd never even heard of.
And it really is just super heartbreaking to see a dad worried about his kids because someone out there just is not having any sort of basic human decency and empathy and would rather steal other people's money than work.
Well, excuse my parents. I was trying to see if my kid go in a ponytail and they can't. I just gotta gel it up, so leave me alone. But y'all really robbing niggas for their EBT? Are y'all seriously? Are y'all robbing the poor? Y'all are robbing the poor in New York City? Are we being fucking for It's not just New York City? Mind you, there's billionaires out there, y'all. There are billionaires that y'all could be going to rob. And y'all going to government assistance to rob them? And apparently it's not just New York City, but I'm in New York City right now. So I'm talking about New York City. And don't say nothing about my little alfalfa piece that's hanging up. I don't want to hear nothing. But y'all really, people are already struggling as it is. And mind you, these agencies that y'all stealing the money from, y'all thinking, oh yeah, they just get the money back. No, we do not. They do not give the money back. If your card gets stolen or money gets stolen off of your EBT card, your cash, or your SNAP, they just tell you to lock your card and change your PIN. They're not giving the money back, y'all. Isn't that crazy? There are literally billionaires, hundreds of billionaires and millionaires in this country. And y'all choose to rob people on EBT. I just can't understand this. Can y'all explain this phenomenon for me? Can someone please explain this phenomenon to me? I don't understand why this is happening.
They said the government's stopping EBT in November. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Get a job? I deserve my stamps. I've been getting them for years. They expect me to work while raising all these kids? Nah, that ain't right.
If you've been on it and been relying on it for years, that kind of makes it worse. EBT is meant to help you get back on your feet, and hopefully pretty soon, not so that you can just hang out, chill at home, do whatever you want while just kind of like piggybacking off of EBT. It's probably time to start locking in, filing out some job applications, and hoping to get back on your feet.
Because of the government shutdown, the SNAP program won't be operating in the month of November. This means that 360,000 individuals in the state of Connecticut won't be able to access the food benefits that they need. We've also been told that the Trump administration will be turning off the EBT cards at the end of this month. So if you have food benefits left on your card, be sure to spend it by October 31st. This is unfortunate because groceries are incredibly expensive. And while the state of Connecticut is trying their best to step in to provide emergency relief, they can't cover the entirety of the SNAP benefit for the month of November. In the past, when there's been government shutdowns, administrations have committed to reimbursing a state, but the Trump administration and Republicans in Congress aren't doing that. They could also consider this an entitlement program and continue to fund SNAP benefits. But because of what they did with H.R. 1, where they decimated the SNAP program, we know that they're not committed to providing people with the food relief that they need.
It's pretty crazy how people all over the internet are just really complaining about the shutdown in this scenario without reflecting on how they've been taking advantage of the situation. It's not entirely the government's fault that it's really not the government's fault that those people treat EBT as free money instead of a support system to help them get back on track. So to those people that are abusing the system, promise, getting a job is going to be better long term.
One of the big stories we are going to be following next week, tens of millions of Americans who rely on food stamps are in jeopardy of not getting that aid next month because of the government shutdown. This coming Monday is when the checks would need to be processed so people can get their next round of help to buy food. About 3.5 million Texans receive food benefits each month. Texas notified them recently that there would be no November SNAP benefits issued if the federal government shutdown continues past October 27th. I checked the USDA's website and there is no information directing people on what they should do. There's a message saying the website will not be updated during the shutdown. States do have some discretion about what they can do. Remember, the program is federally funded, but managed by the states. If you need help, one resource is the Houston Food Bank. If you go to houstonfoodbank.org, you can scroll down to where it says Find Help Now or Find Food Now. And this is not just for Houston. Remember, the Houston Food Bank partners with 18 different counties. You can search by zip code and find the closest food pantry to you to give help or get help.
There are definitely people who will go to great lengths to find aid and free food, but when it comes to getting a job and being a responsible adult and putting yourself and your family first and locking in and being that support system for those who need it, nothing. Almost nothing at all, it seems, right? I mean, at times they're definitely tough out there, but everyone has to work to survive, and it's not that complicated.
Got a text saying your EBT card is blocked? Hold up. Don't tap that number. Scammers are sending text messages with fake phone numbers and links, trying to trick you into giving them your information or worse, giving them access to your benefits. If you get a message like that and you're worried about your benefits, call the number on the back of your card instead, or call the state's fraud tip line. Don't let those scammers take a bite out of your food benefits.
It's great that this person is raising awareness and genuinely helping people out of pure kindness, because genuinely, that's gem material, right? Tongue twister. It's really great that this person is genuinely raising awareness and really helping people out there just out of pure kindness. Seriously, you're a gem.
Okay, this is a public service announcement for all the EBT users and families that have been approved for EBT. So today, people have been coming in the store and been trying to use their cards, the EBT cards, and nothing is going through. And the total is saying negative 0.00. So I was thinking maybe, you know, you can't buy junk food and stuff like that because they already made, you know, that announcement that will be banned, right? So what it is if you have a card from another state and you try to come or go to another state and make a purchase, it would not go through. I don't know why. I don't know if they made an announcement, but I just want to let everybody know that if you go to the store and, you know, you have big baskets and you're shopping, you know, for your kids and stuff like that, that when you swipe your card and your card is from another state, it will not work. It will not go through at all. So I done had a customer, you know, come in. It was from Indiana, Louisiana. It wouldn't go through, and they have money on their card and it's just not going through. So I just want to make that announcement and just let everybody know, so you're not thinking you're going to the store making groceries, think you're gonna be able to leave and your payment will go through because it's not going through. So maybe that's a new thing that they just came up with, and I just want to let you guys know that. So share.
It's really heartwarming to see people recording videos like this to help other people during these tough times. So, you know, hats off.
So in Texas, they passed a bill where SNAP recipients, aka food stamp recipients, can't buy or won't be able to buy soda, candy, cookies, chips, and overly processed foods. And so my take on it is just like, it's just too many unalivings going on for them to be worried about that. I mean, I just think I always felt like this. Mind the business that pays you. And the business that pays Texas seems to be crime. So go mind that business. Not what people's putting in their bellies. Now, I do understand and I do agree that, you know, people typically buy things that they shouldn't necessarily, or that's not necessarily good for them, just because they have food stamps to buy it. So, but this is my thing. The plus is that people around, when y'all come to Texas now, people will be smaller, so all that, it's bigger in Texas. Looks like that's going out the window. So we won't have the big extra plug type builds walking around. We won't have people built like cyber trucks anymore. That will be leaving. And Shasta sales will go back up because people are still going to consume sodas and so on and so forth. But now they will have to be very, very, very strategic on when and how they're buying this, because they're going to have to use cash now. So 2015, I don't know where my mind just went, but 2025 cookouts are going to be lit with Shasta. They're going to have Dr. Thunder. Oh, baby. Strong Coke Doctor or whatever those things are called. It's the Tiki Punches. It's coming back. So thank you, Texas.
In one way, it is a positive change being twisted as negative by the media in certain aspects. You know, healthcare is one of the biggest government expenses, and cutting out sodas will definitely improve people's overall health. People are going to hate it. I'm going to hate it, but it's true. I mean, in the long run, it's going to create a domino effect of positive change, but it's going to take a long time to get there.
So I'm just going to say what everyone is thinking. I don't care that you're losing your food stamps. I don't care that you're losing your free medical. I don't care that you are losing your free housing. Now y'all are just getting a taste of what every other person is going through. I should not have to pay to feed you and your 9 children. I'll be the selfish one. My kid comes first in my eyes, not you. I'm going to give you a prime example of how broken this freaking system is. My son was in a very, very severe motorcycle accident involving a tow truck. We were in the hospital for almost a month. As a single mom with no support, and before any of you come at me about the single mom thing, no, I didn't expect myself to be a single mother, but you know what? Shit happens. Being a single mother with no freaking support, that is a month, actually over a month of lost wages over something that was completely out of our control. I was told by case management in the hospital, hey, the only way that your city is going to offer you any type of assistance is if you have an eviction notice. The only way that you're going to get help paying your bills because of these lost wages, because of an emergent situation, is if you have a shutoff notice. This is how broken the system is. I work over 40 hours a week. And you're telling me that I'm paying into a system that I cannot benefit from? But you want to come on the internet and bitch and complain about losing your free benefits that you've probably been on for 10 plus years on a brand new phone? We are sick of it. We're done. We're sick of it. We don't feel sorry for you at all. Because now you're just getting a small taste of what all of us have been going through for years. So here's an idea. Instead of continuing to pop out children that you cannot afford, get a condom and a job. Because the average American is sick of supporting you.
That's a pretty wild take, but to some extent it's true. I mean, but here's the thing. I mean, there are genuinely people who really do need the support from these systems, but so many have been exploiting them that this change was bound to be inevitable.
I don't care if I get canceled, but as an EBT mother on a budget of $300 to $400, even when I only had $200, you know what's cheaper than a $3 pack of Little Debbie snacks? A 50-cent can of green beans, okay? You know what's cheaper than 3 packs of soda? A bunch of cans of 50-cent cans of vegetables, okay? You know what's cheaper than the $150 you spent on chips, sugar, soda, all of that shit? Buying a bunch of meat. Because the amount of snacks that you bought are enough to last you 2 weeks, and the amount of meat that I bought is enough to last me the entire month of November while I wait for food benefits to fix themselves. You can stock up on pasta. You can stock up on staples, okay? Look at that. After buying all healthy foods to ensure that my children are having as less problematic foods in their diet as possible, look at the money I have left over for snacks. We got cookies, we got baked cheddar, whatever these are, pretzels, a bag of fruit snacks, and saltine crackers. And you know what my children don't complain about? Mom, why can't we have cake and ice cream and sugar all the time? I don't give a crap. I don't think children should starve, but I don't think children should be being fed poisonous shit all the time because parents want to boo-hoo over the fact that they're not willing to get their lives in order. And obviously I'm not talking about disabled. Obviously I'm not talking about elderly. And obviously I'm not talking about the parent that just lost her husband and now has to do it on her own. Obviously I'm not talking about people who got raped and had to take care of a kid that was forced upon them.
Man, at least some people out there are seeing the bigger picture. She's on EBT herself, but she understands how it contributes to obesity and poor health, which is why Pops and sugary cereal have ended up getting banned in that regard. So you have my respect.
Tell me you don't understand how the economy works without telling me you don't understand how the economy works. Pausing SNAP benefits is not going to increase supply. The supply stays the same. And theoretically, the demand is not changing. People are still going to need food and need to eat. So people may be purchasing less, but that doesn't mean that there's more food available or more supply. It means retailers may sell less, which is going to hurt your local economy. And even though SNAP benefits account for about $9 billion in food spend, that is not nearly significant enough in the overall amount of food spend in this country to necessitate lowering prices. What is significantly more likely to happen is that grocers and food suppliers will lay off thousands of people. SNAP benefits support about 400,000 jobs and $20 billion in wages. In Oklahoma alone, $100 million in SNAP spending supports local stores. So when you pause these benefits, they don't lower prices. They lower their cost of operations, their cost of doing business. They lay people off because it is significantly cheaper for companies to lay off than to lower their prices. For the 10 largest grocers in the U.S., labor accounts for about 14% of total sales. Reducing labor hours or reducing SNAP causes a much larger and a much quicker reduce in cost. Grocery stores operate on like a 1 to 3% margin. Price reduction to impact profit margins. And grocery stores already operate on like a 1 to 3% profit margin, which is very small. So cutting prices is not going to impact their profitability or their profit margin nearly as much as cutting people. If you want more proof, in 2013, we saw significant SNAP cuts. And what happened? Prices continued to rise because of inflation and supply chain issues. And finally, even if you were right that cutting SNAP benefits ultimately led to grocery prices dropping, which we've already determined is like literally not going to happen, you're an absolute fucking monster for thinking that other people starving, meaning you save a couple dollars, is like this great benefit to you.
That's an interesting take, right? I mean, if it's really saving the government money, shouldn't they have done it a long time ago, right? Not everything has to be a conspiracy theory, though, so keep that in mind.
A reminder that making America healthy again actually doesn't mean taking people's SNAP benefits away, because you can't be healthy if you're not eating. And we're also not going to police what people decide what they want to spend their SNAP benefits on. If they want to buy soda or Halloween candy or cake, we're going to let them do it. Because first and foremost, being healthy means you have to eat. And if you really do care about making America healthy again, then you can donate to your local food pantry with either food or money. Food pantries are able to get really great deals and subsidies with local grocery stores and local farmers to help buy fresh food at a lower cost than you would as the consumer.
Being healthy generally means eating healthy. That's a big part of it, your diet. So limiting purchases of sodas and junk foods and et cetera, on EBT will actually push people to get the jobs that they need and overall eat healthier and just mostly be a positive effect for the most part, I believe. I mean, we're probably likely to see a decline in health issues across America, but we'll see.
The people who receive SNAP benefits and EBT are just lazy. Hi, my name's Lacey. I'm a single mom to a medically complex child, and I work full time. I also have to pay my rent. I also have to pay my her medical bills. I also have to attend IEP meetings, which I have to go to a meeting about how IEPs are no longer. Hi, hello? I have to get another job. I have to pay for childcare. Do you want to know how expensive preschool is? Do you? I have to apply to programs to help cover. Oh, wait, those programs are no longer. Okay, perfect. Great. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
So many people work 2 jobs just to get by. Full massive respect to them. I mean, that's not some extraordinary feat. It's survival. And in one way, it is pretty extraordinary. But instead of hopping on here, ranting, I guess, for lack of better words, it would definitely be pretty smart to start budgeting rather than spending on makeup and jewelry and all the other things that aren't exactly necessities, right? So just got to keep those things in mind.
If you or somebody you love is going to be impacted by the SNAP benefit cuts happening in 3 days and you don't have reliable transportation to get to food banks or assistance programs, here is one way that you can get free transportation that maybe you don't even realize exists. Hi, my name is Beverly and I am your Chief Empowerment Officer. And this resource is called Ride United. This is a partnership between United Way and Lyft. Provides free ride credits for essential trips to medical appointments, food banks, job interviews, and here's how it works. Call 211 and ask about Ride United transportation assistance. If it's available in your area, they'll give you Lyft ride credits, typically $50 to $200 worth, that you can use for essential trips. Medical appointments, dental visits, job interviews, grocery stores, food pantries, pharmacy runs. There's typically no income verification that's required. You just need to live within a service area and have a smartphone so that the credits can go to your Lyft app. This program covers the full cost of your rides. And while this program operates in multiple states, it's run by local United Way chapters. And when you call 211, don't just ask about rides. Be specific about Ride United. If you qualify, they will help you set up your Lyft account on your phone if you don't already have it set up. They'll help you load your ride credits. And while the Lyft app may ask you to put payment information on file, you can just put any card down. The credits will completely take care of the rides. So if you or somebody you love needs transportation assistance, because maybe they have a food bank near them, or maybe they have a job interview to get to, or maybe they have somewhere that they are going to go to get assistance, but they just don't have the transportation access to get it. During this crisis, this can be the tool that helps them get the resources they need. And if it's available in your area and you go through your credits, you can call 211 again to see if they have additional options for you for transportation support. Hopefully this can be a benefit to you or somebody you care about as you are navigating the craziness that we're in right now. Comment below if this resource was helpful for you, and please share it because this can remove yet another barrier to help people in need right now. And let's keep getting to work.
It's definitely really nice of you to show considerations for those struggling in these hard times. Not all heroes wear capes, and you just proved that.
People are not getting those November benefits, those November SNAP benefits, I should say, because of this ongoing government shutdown. Now there is a back and forth, and maybe people could get partial benefits coming up, but that's all to be seen so far. Right now, though, people are not getting those SNAP benefits at this point. We've gotten several questions from viewers asking about SNAP benefits, and one is, will your October benefits roll over to November? So if you still have credit on your EBT card, those will roll over to November. That's what NCDHHS tells us. The other question people are wondering is if they'll be reimbursed once this shutdown is over for those November benefits. USDA hasn't said anything yet about this. I know federal rule does say that everyone is entitled to those benefits, so that is a question that we can't answer at this point. The other question is, should you apply for benefits or continue to reapply for benefits if they've expired? The answer to that is yes. NCDHHS says you should continue to apply for those benefits.
Instead of continuously applying for the benefits and putting all of your effort there, again, fine, but like, why not get a job and start taking responsibility for your own life and putting effort in that section? I think you'll feel a lot better. You'll be off a lot better. It might be annoying, and yeah, you have to work some hours, but it's clearly the better option, and it's smarter, right? I feel like that's just a completely normal take. Anyways, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss content like this in the future, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong. This video is for entertainment purposes only. No offense or disrespect is intended towards any individual or group.